Hey everybody, this is the Butler coming to you. We have a serious topic to talk about right now. Okay, and I gotta have a beer for this to talk about it. About 3 weeks ago, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, I showed you some footage on a possible pandemic happening down in the States that was moving north. Okay, so that being said, this is an important video to watch for all the butlers and butleresses and Canadians, especially, even worldwide. This is a real threat. There's now 6 new confirmed cases of Ebola in New York City. The CDC Ebola outbreak cover-up is revealed. I'll be putting that out on Facebook so that you guys could check that out. What's the other one here? Anyway, I want you guys to listen to this, okay? I'm going to put this out. Thank you for YouTube and the Public Health Agency of Canada for this. I hope you guys can hear this.
This is a red alert in terms of the Ebola virus. We now have proof coming out of a government agency that this thing is airborne. Mind you, the leader of the World Health Organization came out and stated that this outbreak has shown to go airborne, something different than any other outbreak in history. It seems like a majority of the people look right past this because they want to turn on the TV and listen to the mainstream media, which is lying to you and not giving you the facts about this.
They're not giving you the facts.
The government of the United States, which I believe is behind this whole thing. So you're going to have to look elsewhere to get the truth, because when you ask if this can go airborne out of the United States government, they will not tell you, no, it can't. They will tell you that they're not sure because they have yet to be able to test this. Meaning, they've yet to grab 2 people and stricken them with Ebola. Because that's what they would have to do to test this. You see? So, they've done it. You know they've done it. They're just not going to admit it because they're going to ask, what people did you test this on? And it's going to open up a whole can of worms here.
Yep.
So what they're going to do is they're going to stick to the story that they're not sure if this can go airborne. Now, when you go looking to other government agencies like Canada, they're letting loose the information. When you look into the modes of transmission here, it states, and this is where everyone needs to pay attention because this information is vital when it comes to Ebola. You can catch this by coming into contact with someone that is sick or dead. That is a human. Now, you can also get infected by handling a sick or dead non-human primate.
Did you guys just hear that?
28 days later, you're talking sick monkeys spreading a disease to humans, and this is 100% possible.
Okay.
This is the kicker.
Still think it can't happen to you in Canada too?
They state, in handling these primates, you're also at risk of handling the bodies of humans in preparation for funerals, suggesting possible transmission through aerosol droplets in the laboratory. Infection through small particle aerosols has been confirmed.
Has been confirmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, confirmed in primates. An airborne spread among humans is strongly suspected.
And this is a Canadian federal site that we're listening to here.
It's airborne, it's the truth, it's the facts.
We're watching.
And the writing's on the wall. You can continue to listen to the lies until it's too late. You got to stay ahead of the game here, because right now they can't even catch up to the game to try to stop this. You're going to have to protect yourself, and that does not mean running out and getting stuck by no needle from this government, because all of a sudden they've quickly got vaccines lined up and they've got all this other stuff just ready to rock. So pay attention. This thing is airborne. I'll leave links. This has been Dabu7. Peace.
All right, thank you, Dabu7, and YouTube, and Facebook. Listen, you guys, this is a real threat here. A real threat. We're talking about our Canadian brothers and sisters. We're talking about our kids. We're talking about our grandparents, our parents, your neighbors, your pets. This is an airborne virus. They've now confirmed it. Now, they have just, like I said, let me just go back here. Let me pause this here. Let me show you this again. Hold on. And they're going to do this again.
I'm from Collins, Mississippi.
Right on.
John Ambrose from Riverhead, Long Island.
This is a red alert in terms of the Ebola virus.
Did you hear that? Do you see the Public Health Agency of Canada? It says Ebola virus. Okay? It also goes on to say through the YouTube video a lot of things that are real. Now, let me go here. I haven't seen this one yet. Okay? Here it comes. This is from AMTV. Thank you, AMTV and YouTube.
Everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. So the latest outbreak of Ebola is psychological warfare at its finest. And, part of me wanted to avoid the story entirely when it first hit, because I could just feel the mainstream media, I could feel the federal government, I could feel the Obama...
You guys should subscribe to this guy. He's awesome, this guy.
Make this an issue.
AMTV, do it.
Media controls the
Just
narrative,
do it.
folks. They can invent something out of thin air and make it a reality. Now, this isn't to say that the Ebola threat isn't real, that it's not a biological attack, that it hasn't been engineered by a rogue nation state, a group of terrorists, our federal government here at home to wipe out 90% of the human global population. We have no idea. Yet we have the CDC, the Centers of Disease Control, telling us that it can't be transferred, and there's no transmission via airborne transmission, which we know is not entirely true. We know that Canadian scientists years ago inoculated piglets to transfer the disease to monkeys, and they had no idea how it was possible, because supposedly you can only transfer it when you're possessing symptoms, and maybe you inoculate an object, a third-party object, what they call fomites, and then that transfers the disease. Bottom line being, they have no idea if this can or cannot be transferred via the air, via water droplets. And they just don't know. And even if they did know, even if they knew that this was a worst-case scenario and that 90% of the global population was about to be wiped out, they wouldn't tell you.
All right. Now, thank you again, AMTV. You can check his video out on YouTube. Emergency: 6 new patients allegedly infected with Ebola in New York City. Now, it's important to understand something. Did you hear him say Canadian scientists were fucking around with this drug? Or this what the fuck? Virus. So, I wanted to bring that out to you. Make sure your kids are washing their hands. Make sure, just read it. Look it up on YouTube. I'm not saying bullshit here. You can find it on YouTube. So I wanted to just kind of bring it to your attention. This is the Butler. It can happen to you in Canada too. I love my life. I love my life, and I love my family, and I love you, Canada. And that's exactly why I'm friggin' doing this. On the 1st of September, we're having a live music event down here in Nanaimo at the Patricia Pub to try to donate money to families who really need it. What's going to happen when we got to donate homes to family members that don't have the virus and the other ones do, and they have to get away from their families? I'm not kidding here. So, take care of yourself, Canada, and the rest of the world as well. We got to open up and accept the fact of what's going on, and it's scary. I'm the Butler, and it can happen to you in Canada too. I'm out.